One of the underdog cryptos out there right now is Cardano ADA. And it's really funny because I've been following ADA for since 2020, and the same exact game is playing out like last bull market. People were saying it was a dead project. Oh, they were calling it like a nerd coin because everything was peer reviewed. Oh, it's too slow, yada yada. But now look at ADA. During last bull market, it like skyrocketed, and they didn't even have smart contracts until like almost the very end of the bull market. Now look at ADA. Last year, towards the end of last year, people were still saying it was a dead project, and now look where it's at. We have Trump in the presidency that is very pro crypto, pushing for American cryptos. And yeah, even though ADA is very decentralized, which is a good thing, it's very decentralized like Bitcoin. It's a UTXO model crypto like Bitcoin, which is a good thing. And now we're finding out it's interoperable with Bitcoin, which is an amazing thing. It unlocks all that trillions of liquidity that Bitcoin is ready to go on to Cardano potentially, which is awesome. So not only do you have these narratives that are building around ADA, but people are saying it was a dead project. Nobody's building on it. That's nonsense. People are building on it. Has anyone looked at stuff.io? Or it used to be book.io. They're creating actual digital books on Cardano. That's where originally it started out as. And now they're doing media tokens. They're having like multimedia things where you can actually own your multimedia on the blockchain. It's really cool. There's a lot of good projects out there that are building on Cardano. That's just one example. So I don't know. People who think that ADA is dead, at least for me, I think it's going to be like XRP. People have just been neglecting it. And then again, it's going to take off. I really do believe that because we're at the cusp here of a huge bull market, and there's a lot going for ADA. Number one, it's one of the most decentralized cryptos out there. That's a huge thing. A lot of people don't care about decentralization, but you will care about that eventually. And now ADA has governance. Let's see where governance goes. Obviously, there's pros and cons to governance, but it's a really cool concept that the Cardano blockchain is implementing. And that's a thing that can actually help it grow, and it makes it even more decentralized. So that's a really cool thing. Also, here is something that a lot of people ignore about Cardano. And this is one of the biggest things. People often complain about Cardano's low TVL, that they don't have a lot of total value locked within their ecosystem, even though that is growing quite a bit right now. But they don't take into consideration all the staking of ADA. Every single other chain, when you look at like DeFi Llama or things like that, they count staked coins as part of the total value locked. With Cardano, they don't count that. Go ahead and take a look at that. And if they were to count ADA and Cardano, what is all the ADA that's actually locked up in staking, it would be, the total value locked would be astronomically higher. The reason they don't count it, and this is actually one of the benefits of Cardano, is the fact that when you stake on Cardano, you get to keep your tokens within your own wallet. They're liquid. There's no lockup period. You don't give your tokens to a third party like you have to do with Ethereum or other proof of stake protocols. Cardano is a very, very unique blockchain, and it's above my pay grade. I'm not going to pretend I understand it. It's called the Ouroboros protocol. It's an Ouroboros protocol or something like that. But basically, for my limited understanding, here's the gist. It literally just lets you keep your tokens in your wallet. You can stake them, you can unstake them at any time, you can send them to another wallet or to an exchange at any time. You have completely liquid staking, and you have full custody. Now, if you were to add that to the TVL, which every other chain does, again, Cardano would be massively, the TVL would just grow massively, and it would be accounted for. And it should be counted for, in my opinion, but because you don't give it to a third party, they don't count it. So it's actually one of the benefits of Cardano, not a hindrance. So what do you think a chain that has that capability, that actually moves pretty darn fast for being decentralized? Yeah, people complain, say, oh, Solana. Solana is crazy fast, don't get me wrong. But if I have to wait a second or two more for my ADA to get there, and I know it's fully decentralized and the chain's not going to shut down ever, it has never, ever shut down. That's another good thing about it. What do you think that's worth? And if it can scale and things are peer reviewed and we know that things actually work and things have been checked by cryptographers, that are professionals that do this for a living, that are real geeks and dorks about it, I don't know. And oh, by the way, it's ISO compliant, which is a huge push because now we're getting into crypto being more mainstream adopted. What do you think a chain that has not only the narrative built around that, but also the technical capabilities built around that? What do you think that's worth down the line? I don't know. Who knows? Again, you can't take anybody's financial advice on the internet. I'm just some dude in my house. But for me, that's worth a lot. And that's why I'm extremely interested in ADA. It's one of my largest holdings, and I'm going to continue to be interested in it for a very long time because it seems like a really good investment and it's a fun protocol. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. I even have just fun using the dexes occasionally on Cardano and seeing how it's built. So anyways, that's just my 2 cents on Cardano. I'll probably talk more about it later, but that's what I think right now.